Welcome everyone. Prospecting and exploration, that is a search for precious metals deposits, is not a simple process because big deposits were discovered a long time ago. There are several places with important content of precious metals waiting for skilled prospectors. The large mining companies of the world are focused in big deposits, and the small deposits are attractive for small miners, and perhaps their interest for gold is the most valuable tool for exploring new deposits. Gold is very widely disseminated throughout nature and may be found in any geological formation, from the oldest rocks to the deposits that are still being formed. But in common with other metals, it is more likely to be found in the oldest rocks and in those places where the earth crust has undergone the most extensive changes, such as elevations, folding, tilting, faults, fissuring, and also volcanic action, with resulting changes in the composition and texture of the rocks. Samples can be obtained by drilling programs. This is followed by reconnaissance exploration, in which satellite remote sensing, geological mapping, and seismic techniques are used. In turn, this is followed by detailed geophysical studies and later, a detailed drilling, sampling, assaying, and mineralogical study. Gold deposits are sought with many techniques, but they are based on geochemical studies. Commonly, more than one method is employed. With these methods, the geologist is looking for anomalies. Perhaps the most important techniques are photogeology and seismic techniques. Gold prospecting is a rewarding activity that you can enjoy at any age. Not only does it give you an opportunity to spend time in the great outdoors, you also potentially make money doing it. If you are planning a gold hunting expedition but don't know what techniques to use to make your trip worthwhile, this article is for you. We have shared foolproof tips on how to find gold, where to find it, and the various methods that you can use to increase your chances of not going back home empty-handed. To get the most out of your gold hunting excursion, always prepare beforehand by doing the following: gathering the necessary materials. Get all the equipment pieces you need for the trip. Of course, you can obtain gold using a basic gold pan and nothing else. But there are some extra materials that you could bring on your expedition to make the hunting easier, like a shovel, magnifying glass, grizzly pan, small magnet, tweezers, and glass vials. Dressing for the occasion. Wear something that matches the weather. If it is cold, wear your clothes in layers so you can take them off easily when it gets warm. Packing snacks and water. Depending on where you are going, gold hunting can take all day. Plus, the activity itself can be physically draining. That said, make sure to bring enough food and water so you can stay fueled up throughout the expedition. Good foods to pack would be dried fruits and nuts, pretzels, granola, jerky, fresh fruit, and energy drinks. Go to the right places. Even before you leave, do your research to find out where other recreational prospectors have found gold before. You can get this information online in gold prospecting forums or from talking to people who have experience in gold searching. Here are some excellent places to hunt for gold. Rivers and creeks. One of the best places to find gold is in a river or creek, especially in areas with high erosion. The erosion process, coupled with the heavy weight of gold, makes the metal accumulate naturally in waterways. Digging in the gravels and rocks in rivers and creeks can help you find gold nuggets. Look in hidden bends where there's a reduced speed of water flow. Most of the gold pay streaks will accumulate here, and you will have a higher chance of finding nuggets. Near old mines. There are many old, abandoned gold mines all over the world where you can try your luck. Some are lost and forgotten, and others still have gold that can make your trip worthwhile. Now, old mines can be dangerous places to be, so make sure you are staying safe around them. If you don't have proper training, avoid searching for gold near the opening of the mine. Instead of entering the mine, search the surrounding area. Sometimes you can find rich gold sources that were missed by the initial miners, and all you need is a simple metal detector. Desert. Arid regions are also a great place to find gold. However, due to the lack of water to process the metal using the basic alluvial mining methods, prospecting in the desert can be a little difficult. But this hasn't stopped enthusiastic gold prospectors from visiting these areas. With advanced mining techniques like dry washing, metal detecting, and crevicing, finding gold in the desert is now easier than ever before. This can be a good point to start when searching for gold. Learning some popular gold indicators can help you know whether you are on the right track and avoid wasting time in areas that are likely to yield no results. The presence of the following can tell you there is gold nearby. Known to produce gold in certain regions and you have bumped into the same rock. In your hunt for gold, this would be an excellent place to do your search. Rocks with lighter color, acidic minerals in gold mining regions can bleach the rocks, giving them a lighter color. If you see a different coloration in a group of rocks, it can be a sign that there is gold nearby. Coexisting rocks. Most gold ores, especially those rich in placer gold, contain copper, silver, iron, and other minerals in small quantities. When looking for gold prospecting sites, it is important to keep an eye on rocks that host these minerals. Quartz. The hydrothermal conditions required for the formation of quartz are also favorable for gold formation. However, quartz is produced in large quantities, so most gold deposits will usually contain quartz, but not many quartz deposits will contain gold. It is essential in the evaluation of a gold deposit to have, as accurately as possible, a model of the mineralized zone geometry, shape, size, quality, variability, and limits. Physical, chemical, and geological characteristics may vary greatly within a single deposit and from deposit to deposit. Critical data can be collected in a variety of ways, including drilling, surface or underground mapping, geophysical or geochemical surveys, or studies of rock mechanics properties, mineralogical types, and relations. The initial prospecting work is conducted on the potential place and consists in taking samples. The first samples are grabbed as single pieces and later can be composited if necessary in nature. Lacking any definite width characteristics, but useful in identifying local mineralization and possible geochemically anomalous zones. The rock sampling can be done by regular people, but ideally a geologist must oversee this task. It is important to determine sample station using handheld GPS devices, usually accurate to within 5 to 10 meters. As was mentioned, samples are initially grabbed in nature. But also, it is important to take chip samples across structures and veins in order to determine widths of mineralization and the presence of any wall rock mineralization near to these structures. If the sampling program is detailed, the initial number of samples is more than 500 and this can be composited according to the first mineralogical assessment. For example, it is good practice to prepare at least 100 composites from grab samples in 1 to 4 square meters areas along 50 meters and spaced lines at 10 meters spaced sample locations. The samples can be assayed for several elements if there is not any economical restriction, otherwise the assays must include at least gold and silver. In this way we can know preliminary distribution of metals. For example, of 100 samples collected, the average gold value can be 2 grams T, with 40 samples reporting more than 1 gram T gold. Usually, the silver content is higher than gold content. If other metals were assayed, it is possible to establish a correlation between base metals and precious metals. In some places, local high sulfidation epithermal overprints within a predominantly polymetallic style hydrothermal system. Taking samples by using a shovel. Other initial information to be obtained is the possible occurrence of anomalous to significant contents of precious metals in the different zones where grab samples were taken. If more information is required, part of the samples can be submitted for whole rock analysis and X-rays. It must be mentioned that samples usually vary from fresh to altered ores. The results to be obtained can confirm the existence of several populations among different rocks such as volcanic and andesite. Then we can infer can some rock were formed or derived from the chemical reaction or weathering of other rocks. Essentially, it is possible to establish a preliminary perigenesis of the deposit. Other points to be sampled are stream sediment. These samples have to be collected in different stations along each drainage, and their positions can be determined by using a GPS. Results of the survey provide information on potential areas of anomalous, base, and precious metal values throughout the place. By performing statistical analysis, it is possible to know what zone or zones are more important and basically the gold and silver distribution. Soils must not be overlooked. It is important to take collected samples over to 0.0 kilometers by 2.0 kilometers areas. Samples can be taken at 40 meters station along 150 meters spaced grid lines, each line approximately 2 kilometers in length. One more time, sample stations are located using a GPS device. Results of this survey let identify precious metals within the grid area. To stay up to date with my latest videos and great tips, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button at the top of this video.